Hey guys, it is Charlie here and welcome back to another brand new video on the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. So in this video, I will show you 22 awesome and the best features of the Galaxy Note 9's camera. And these are the features that you must and absolutely should know about. So guys, I have been reading comments on my previous videos and someone said that I explain the easy and obvious features. But to be honest, my goal and motivation behind these videos is to cover a wide variety of audience, including the ones who are new to the Samsung Galaxy phones, particularly new to the Samsung Note 9. And I also want to help people get to know their phones who are not tech savvy, because not everyone is aware of all the different features, even the simple ones, when they buy their phone. So that is why I'm going to go over the S Pen functionality, which is one of the most simple yet the most overlooked features of this phone. Let's begin. Alright guys, so the first awesome feature I'm going to show you about the camera is the ability to take pictures using the S Pen. So this is new to the Galaxy Note 9. The Note 9's S Pen has Bluetooth remote control functionality, and you can use this little button here to take pictures, and you can use this to launch the camera, switch the camera mode, and you can also configure this button to record videos. So first we need to make sure that the S Pen remote control functionality is turned on. Now by default it will be turned on, but in case if it is turned off, you'll need to go to settings, tap on advanced features, tap on S Pen, and tap on S Pen remote. You can see it was turned off on my phone. So just insert the S Pen inside your phone and it will reconnect. Alright, so it takes about 5 seconds for the S Pen to reconnect to the phone once it is disconnected. So by default, if you long press the button on the S Pen, it will open up the camera. So if I long press the button, you can see camera launches, and if I press it again, it takes a picture. And you can reconfigure this by pressing this pen button. So if I press this, you'll see this little menu down here, S Pen actions for camera. Single press takes a picture. You can set it to switch camera, you can set it to record a video, or you can set it to do nothing. And double press switches the camera, records video, or does nothing. And I think by default whatever Samsung has set over here is quite perfect, and I wouldn't want to change these. So if I double press this, it should change the camera, and if I press it once, it takes a still picture. Double press switches the camera, single press takes a picture. And this can be used in scenarios like if you have the phone set up on a tripod stand, you can use the S Pen to take pictures remotely, or you can take selfies using the S Pen remote. And the range is also pretty decent. I've tested the range. I can just sit on the other side of my room and take pictures with the S Pen. I'm going to show you how to get the autofocus to lock on to a certain distance while you're recording a video. So let's fire up the camera. Oh, and if you want this feature to work, make sure that the tracking autofocus is disabled first. So just go to the camera settings and scroll down here, disable tracking autofocus. Now it's already disabled on mine, so I don't have to do anything. So just go back here and start recording. So when you're recording a video, just tap on a particular object to get the autofocus system to lock onto that particular object's distance. Now you see this AF icon here on the left side. This shows that the autofocus system is locked, and this also works while you're recording a 4K video. This is not tracking autofocus, so even if I move the phone, you can see the focus will not readjust and the phone does not track the pens. So this is one advantage you have. In case the phone is constantly readjusting the focus, you can just tap on a certain object on the screen to get the autofocus system to lock onto that object's distance. And you'll also notice that whenever I tap on a dark object, the exposure also readjusts. And fortunately for that, we have this slider here and you can just dial down the exposure. Very useful feature in case you're recording a video in a complex lighting situation, or there are just so many objects that the phone's autofocus feature gets confused. So just tap on a particular object in order to get the camera to lock onto that particular object's distance. Now I'm saying distance because even if you remove that object, the phone will not track that object, and secondly, it will not readjust the focus. The focus system will be set to that particular distance. In order to disengage the autofocus lock, just tap on this AF icon, and now the phone will adjust the autofocus system to whatever it thinks it's correct according to the scene. Focus lock while recording videos is a great feature, but one disadvantage of that is the focus is locked onto a particular distance and you cannot change it manually. So in case you're moving the camera around, you'll need to constantly readjust the focus by tapping objects. But what if I tell you you can have full manual control over the phone's focus system while you are recording a video? Yes, you can do that. So for that, you'll need to go to Pro mode, head over to the Pro mode, and then start recording video. And you'll see this button here. Originally it will be set to auto, so you'll see this AF button here. Just tap on this button, and when you slide your finger around like this, you can see you have full manual control over the phone's focus system while you are recording videos. And yes, this feature also works when you are recording 4K videos. And on the top here, we have the exposure control. So you can make the scene dark or you can make the scene bright. But really the best part here is that the phone allows you to control the focus manually. No strings attached. This is complete manual focus while you are recording videos. And by using this feature, you can get some stunning footage. Now, one difference I noticed while I was comparing my S9 Plus with the Note 9 is that the focus system is much more smoother on the Note 9 compared to the S9 Plus. And you can see this video I've captured using this particular feature, and it's just perfect. Now I have shown you how to lock the autofocus system and change the exposure while you're recording a video, but for still photographs we have a slightly more advanced feature. So first I'm going to show you in auto mode, then I'm going to show you in pro mode. So once you're in auto mode, just long press an object on the screen and the phone will lock the autofocus and the auto exposure. So you might be able to see autofocus and auto exposure lock, this circle over here, and yes, it is locked. So even if I move the phone around and change the position, the autofocus and the auto exposure will be locked onto that particular distance or an object or wherever you set it to. And if I want the autofocus and the exposure lock to be on this bright object, long press and the focus and the auto exposure will be locked here. So even if I move the phone like this to a darker object, you see that the focus and the exposure will not adjust. But if you head over to the Pro mode, it makes much more sense to use this feature here, because here we get to choose the exposure and the focus system completely separate, and you can place those two circles anywhere on the screen. So just long press like this. Here you can see we get two circles. So this is one of them is auto exposure lock. So AE lock, we can have that set on a bright object, and we can have the focus set on a darker object, say for example over here. And this gives you much more control over the phone's camera. Great little feature, I love this. And this is very useful in case you want to focus on a dark object and you want the auto exposure to be set on a brighter object so that the whole picture does not blow up in brightness. Have you guys ever been in a situation where it is impossible to reach the camera shutter button? For example, you have your right hand on your friend's shoulder and you guys are clicking selfies. Now there is no way I can have my left hand touch the camera shutter button. At the most I can have my thumb reach over here. Fortunately, Samsung has provided a feature which allows us to just take the camera shutter button out like this, and now you can just place this second camera shutter button wherever you want on the screen. For example, I can place it over here where my thumb can easily reach, and I can take pictures. And this also works in the front facing camera. So if you're taking selfies and you're holding your phone with your left hand and your right hand is on your friend's shoulder, you can do this and click selfies. Alternatively, I would recommend that you just take the S Pen out and just use the shutter button which is on the S Pen. But hey, it's nice to know that you can just pull out the camera shutter button and place it wherever you want on the screen. And once you're done, just place it back here and it will be gone. So when you're taking selfies, if you show the camera your palm like this, it will take a picture. Very useful if your selfie stick does not have a shutter button. So to enable this, tap on the gear icon and make sure that show palm option is enabled. So once you enable this, just show the camera your palm like this and it will take a picture. I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but Samsung phones do not have a separate video recording mode. To record a video, you just press the red button and the phone starts recording. Now this is good because it reduces one step and you don't have to change the scene mode in order to record a video. But here's the thing, if you have the phone set up on a tripod stand like this and you have framed your subjects properly in the still mode first, for example, you can see the Nutella N is in the frame, but as soon as I start recording the video, it goes out of the frame, and this is completely normal. The picture gets slightly cropped, and this might be a little bit of problem if you have set up your phone like this and you're using the remote shutter to record videos. Some of your subjects might get cropped and you need to manually adjust the camera. Now to prevent this, okay, so first let me just stop recording. So to prevent this and frame your subjects beforehand, just press and hold the video recording button, and this gives you a preview of what the phone is going to record. So the phone is right now not recording the video, it is just showing the view that will be recorded in the video. And now you can easily go ahead and frame your subjects properly. I can just move back, and now my subjects are framed, and I can release the button and start recording the video. But if you press and hold, if you move your finger out of the button area and then release, it will not record a video. So once again, just press and hold to give yourself a preview of what you're going to record. Frame your subjects, then release the button to start recording a video. So here's a tip you guys might find useful. When you're recording a video, you can actually take still photographs. So whenever you press this little camera button here, the phone will actually take still photographs even when it's recording videos. So just press like this in order to take still photographs even while you're recording a video, and everything will be saved in the gallery. So if you go to gallery, camera, you can see this was the video that we were recording, and these were the still photographs that we took inside while we were recording a video. Nice little feature if you don't want to miss out on still photographs while you're recording a video. Smile, cheese, record video. Oh hey guys, didn't see you there. So you can have the Galaxy Note 9 record a video or take still photographs just by saying phrases like cheese, smile, or record video. Let me show you how. So first you'll need to go to settings, so just tap on this gear icon, go to settings and scroll all the way down here and make sure voice control is enabled. So once voice control is enabled, you can just tell the camera smile, cheese, capture, or shoot to click still photographs. And for video, just tell the camera record video to record a video. Cheese, record video. And you can see it works quite well. So by default, if you long press the camera shutter button, it kind of takes burst images. And these are full-size images, and it will take 100 shots in quick succession, and it will save them in the internal memory. Now to individually select those pictures, you need to go to camera pictures, and you'll see these are 100 burst photos. Just tap on this icon, and now you can select whichever picture you want. So there are 100 pictures in this, and you can save them individually. And if you tap on save image, it will save the image over here. So this is the image that was captured using burst capture, and this will come in very useful if you are clicking pictures of a fast moving objects, or if you want to just click pictures of someone playing sports. Now did you guys know you can actually create a GIF image right from the camera app? Now this works by long pressing the camera shutter button. So by default, you guys know it takes burst images, so we need to change that. Tap on the gear icon, go to camera settings, scroll down here and locate an option which says hold camera shutter button 2. So there are 3 options. You can have it take picture, take burst shots, or create GIF. So select the third option, and now you'll be able to create a GIF whenever you press and hold the camera shutter button. So just like this, you can have the camera create a GIF. So 30 pictures it will combine and it will create a GIF. So let's check that out. Go to gallery, camera, and here we have the GIF image we just created. And guess what guys, you can set this GIF as your always on display. So press these 3 dots, select the third option, resize this if you want, and tap on done. And now whenever you put your phone to sleep, you'll see that little GIF that we just created. If you guys are wondering how am I able to get the camera view in full screen, that's because I'm using this option called full view. Just tap on this button and it will take you to the native aspect ratio of the Galaxy Note 9. Alternatively, this option is available from settings, so just tap on the gear icon and tap on this option called picture size. And here you can see I'm shooting pictures in 18.5:9 mode, and this is perfect if you want to view pictures on your phone. But if you're shooting pictures for a widescreen, 16:9 widescreen, then select this option. But once you select this option, you can see the edges of the phone will now have this black bar. And this is how it looks like on a Windows PC, especially with this 16:9 display. And you also have the option to record videos in this weird 18.5:9 option, and again this is how it looks on a Windows PC with a 16:9 display. And one thing I absolutely love about this Samsung camera app is that we have the ability to save pictures in RAW and JPEG. So if you turn this option on, the phone will capture picture and save it in RAW, then it will convert it and save it into JPEG. And if someone's a pro photographer, they already know the advantages of shooting in RAW. So here's a tip. If you use always on display, you can launch the camera by double tapping the home button, just like this. So to enable this feature, we will need to go to always on display settings. So go to main settings, tap on display, scroll down and tap on always on display. Here again tap on always on display and scroll down here and make sure this option double tap home button is set to quick launch camera. By default it is set to turn on screen. So if it's set to turn on screen, it will just turn the screen on. But if you set it to quick launch camera, then you can just double tap the home button and the camera will launch. Do you see all of these different camera modes on top? We can shuffle between them if we swipe our finger like this, but I think there are just too many camera modes and I would like to remove some of them, especially AR emoji and hyperlapse. It will just make the interface less cluttered. So just tap on the gear icon, scroll down here and tap on edit camera modes, and then tap on rear camera, and I would like to remove food panorama, and let's see, I would like to remove hyperlapse and AR emoji because I'm not using those. Now super slow motion is 960 fps, you guys already know, but slow motion is regular 240 fps slow motion. But I kind of like using the regular slow motion more than the super slow mo because there are no length limitations here. In super slow mo you get 12 seconds slow mo or 6 seconds slow mo depending upon the quality you select. Oh, let me also show you front camera options. So we have selfie focus if you want to blur the background, and then you have AR emoji. Now AR emoji I'm not gonna use. I know I'm not gonna use it. I've tried it on my Samsung Galaxy S9. I didn't like it, so that's why I have it disabled. And then we have wide selfie. So let's go back here and now you will see a regular slow motion option. So this is our 240 fps slow-mo. Then we have super slow-mo, auto, live focus. Live focus is for blurring the background, and then we have the pro mode. You can see it's less cluttered now. You can have the stuff that you use rather than having all those different camera modes. Now you might have read somewhere in the specifications that the Note 9's camera has this dual aperture lens. That means the lens can alternate between f1.5 and f2.4 depending upon the lighting conditions when it's in the automatic mode. Now like I said, if you are in the auto mode, this switch happens automatically. But if you want manual control over the camera's aperture, head over to the Pro mode. And here inside the Pro mode, tap this button which has this little aperture here, this one. And here you'll see an option to change the camera's aperture. Right now it's at 1.5. If we tap, it goes to f2.4 and f1.5. Let me demonstrate. So I hope you guys can see that right now the camera is at f1.5, so the aperture is opened up all the way. So if I tap on this button, f2.4, the camera's aperture will close down. And once again, f1.5, f2.4, f1.5, and f2.4. Now you guys already know if you use f1.5 setting, it will allow more light to enter the camera and it will give you better result when there is a low light situation. But as a side effect, if you use a wider aperture, so if I switch this to f1.5, you will see that the glass jar becomes a little bit more blurry. So you get slightly more blurry background images when you use a wider aperture. So this is right now at f2.4, f1.5. Did you see how that thing changed? f2.4, f1.5, f2.4, f1.5. And this is not artificial blur. This happens naturally. If you use a wider aperture, it will blur the background image. If you use a narrower aperture, say for example f2.4, then you're gonna have less background blur. Once you combine the super wide aperture and manual focus plus lower ISO, you can get virtually noise-free low-light videos and photos. And this clip was shot on the Note 9 in the Pro mode with the manual autofocus setting and f1.5 aperture. And I'm very happy with the result of the camera, and from the looks of it, the optical image stabilization is also doing very well here. I love the camera of the Note 9. Just like on the Galaxy S9 Plus, the secondary camera on the Note 9 is a 2x optical zoom camera, and the secondary camera is also 12 megapixel just like the primary camera, and we also have optical image stabilization available on the secondary cam. So you can perform two functions with the secondary camera. Number one, you can use it to zoom in into your subjects, and number two, you can use the secondary camera to perform live focus, which allows you to blur the background objects. Let me show you. So launch the camera and you see this 2x button here. Just press on this button and the phone will now use the secondary camera to zoom in onto the subjects. And the picture will be captured in full 12 megapixels. And if you want that variable zoom, just use the camera shutter button. And here we have variable zoom. So you can alternate between 1x and even 1.5x and then click a picture. Now if you want to use the secondary camera for blurry background, select the live focus option and then just tap on a subject which you want the phone to focus. So I'll tap here and it's telling me to move further away from the object. Okay. Now the live focus option is ready. Just press on the shutter button and that's it. Let's go to the gallery. So here's a close-up shot, here's the original wide-angle shot, and you can actually go ahead and adjust the background blur. So you have this option here, so tap on it, and now you can adjust the amount of blur you want. So this is at maximum background blur. This is the least amount of background blur. And you have a couple of filters here. And the background blur is fairly accurate. You can see there are no errors whatsoever. So everything is in focus. So these pens are in complete focus, so is the cup, and everything else is blurred out. So in the selfie camera, this option is called selfie focus, and this will blur the background of the picture. So all of this will be blurred out except my face. I don't think it's going to work because the camera is right in front of me. But anywho, let's try it out. So you see how the background is blurred out, but my face and the camera is in focus. But you should really try this out properly without having all of this equipment in front. Now let me give you some tips that you might find useful while recording in super slow motion mode. So let's switch over to super slow motion, and this flickering you see on the screen is completely normal, especially when you're recording your videos inside your home and when you have LED lighting. And if I use these USB LED lights, you can see there is absolutely no flickering because this is running off DC current. But I think it's best to go out and record in direct sunlight because you need a lot of sunlight. If you're recording at home using one of these USB lights, there is gonna be degradation in the quality. And you can see this exact same flickering also happens on my Sony phone. So this is not an issue related to Samsung. So first I'm going to explain the manual and the automatic mode. So right now we are in manual mode. Manual mode means you have to trigger the super slow motion recording by yourself. But trust me, it's very difficult to record super slow mo video in the manual mode because you have to get the timing right and the window you have is less than 1 second. So the second option we have here is the motion detection mode. Just tap on this manual button and it will go into the automatic mode. So inside the automatic mode you get this little square and the phone will detect motion inside this square, and you can reposition this to wherever you want. So whenever the phone detects motion inside the square, it will record a super slow-mo video, and you can actually go ahead and resize this if you want. So let's try this out, and I'm just going to drop this little highlighter. So just press the record button. And there you have it, the phone recorded a super slow-mo clip. So this was the auto mode, and you saw how easy it was to record the video because the phone does the guesswork by itself. So the second option we have here is 0.4. Now 0.4 allows the camera to record slow motion and super slow motion in extended mode. That means you're going to get double the length, 0.4 seconds of video in real life that is stretched out to 12 seconds of slow-mo. Did you guys see how much of a difference bright light makes while you're recording super slow-mo videos? Okay, so the second option here is inside the setting. So first you'll need to be inside the super slow motion video recording mode. Tap on the gear icon and scroll down here, select super slow-mo. Now we have two options here. I was recording in single take. Single take records a single super slow motion video and saves it to your phone. Multi-take records a full video clip and records super slow motion videos as you trigger the record button or if an object passes in front of that square I showed you. But according to me, I think single take is a much better option. Do you know you can use the camera in multi-window mode? So fire up the camera, just do this to resize the window, and now you can see the camera will run in this windowed mode option, and this allows you to do your work. For example, you're browsing the web, so let's minimize this. So the camera gets minimized, you can go ahead and browse the web, or if you are texting your friend, so let's fire up WhatsApp. We are here in WhatsApp, but the camera is still minimized over there. So if I want to resume the camera, if I quickly want to take a picture, just fire up the camera, shoot a picture or record a video, and whenever you're done, just minimize this and return to your texting or whatever work you're doing. So to make the camera app work in this pop-up window, you'll need to enable multi-window and then turn on pop-up view. Let me show you how to do that. So first you'll need to go to settings, tap on advanced features and tap on multi-window, and then make sure pop-up view action is enabled. So next time whenever you fire up the camera, so let me just close this. So next time you fire up the camera, you just do this gesture to make the camera run in a windowed mode. And this just shows you how powerful the Galaxy Note 9 really is. You can run multiple apps like this. You can switch between camera, web browser, or whatever you want. And you can minimize these apps like this. You can minimize the web browser and they will be over here on top. The Galaxy Note 9's camera app has some inbuilt filters. Now you see this little icon here, just tap on it and you'll be greeted with all of these different filters. So let's try out a few of them. So this is Blossom, Grayscale, Cookie Cream, Evergreen. This looks super saturated. Breeze, Auto, Cream, Deep, Riddle, and we have some more filters here. Nostalgia, Sunshine. I think these are the same filters. And you can actually go ahead and download more of these. So you just press this plus icon. So new effects are available. You just press the download button and it takes you to the Samsung store, and you can download a wide variety of filters from over here. And the filters you download will be stored over here. Just press this plus icon. So this is the one which we downloaded. Low-mo warm, retro, and these will also work while you are using the front-facing camera. So just so you know, I think this one looks quite nice. But if you tap on this button here, you also get some enhancements for your face. So we have this one. Now I don't think it's going to work because this camera is right in front of me. But yeah, you do get these face enhancements in the camera app itself. And if we tap on this button, we can edit some of these tools here. So you have skin tone. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but let me just take this out. So skin tone, you can change the skin tone. Oh yeah, it does work. Contouring. Then you can change the color of your lips if you would like. Change the color of your cheeks. But it's not working properly because number one, the LED lights on the top of the table is like interfering with the camera. So if I cover this, you'll see that the image quality does improve. So this feature is exclusive to the Galaxy Note 9, so the S9 Plus does not have this feature. So again, tap on this gear icon, so go to settings and tap on scene optimizer and turn it on. Now initially I had this feature turned off, but I have noticed that it does enhances the pictures quite a bit, especially when you're standing against sunlight. Now it does have backlight correction, so that's why I do like to keep it turned on, and this does give you a slightly more saturated and enhanced picture. But if you want complete natural pictures without any enhancements, turn it off. But I like to keep it turned on, so this will stay on. And also while you're at it, turn on HDR and turn it on and select the auto mode. The Galaxy Note 9 also has this tracking autofocus feature. So just tap on the settings icon and make sure that the tracking autofocus is switched on. So once you switch it on, tap on an object and the phone will track that particular object. So you can see the phone is now tracking these pens, and these pens will always stay in focus because we are tracking them, and the phone tries its best to keep them in focus. And if you want to change, just tap here. So now the phone will try and track that RAM stick, and this particular part of the picture will always be in focus. Okay, so check this out. I clicked a couple of selfies. So let's open up this one, press these three dots and open in Photo Editor Pro. Now tap on this portrait option. Now earlier you saw that the portrait option was not available because there was no face for the photo editor to detect. So here we have a couple of options. You can brighten your face. Yikes. You can soften your face. You can make your eyes large. Can make your face slimmer, although I'm not sure why would you want to do that. And you can blur the background. Okay, so this one does not work that well, but it's nice to know we have options like these in the advanced photo editor. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed filming it, and I would really like to thank each and every one of you for all the love and support you guys have given me. Honestly, this channel would not have been possible without the support of you guys. So thank you all for watching, and as always, if you found the video to be helpful, please hit that like and subscribe button, and do follow me on Instagram. All the links are down in the video description, and I'll see you guys next time.